Okay, it is a very sunny, slightly windy day. We are over the Port Hills. We are in Christchurch. Technically, we are, well, no, actually, we are in Lyttleton, and we are going to a store that I've followed for some time. This is great. This year, we're going to head to, we started with Little Adams and with Retro Space and Takapuna. We're heading to another vintage toy store I've wanted to get to for ages. We are heading to Dead Video. So this is going to be great because it's toys, it's media. Bea hasn't seen anything about this, have you, Bea?
No.
No, we've just got off a flight. We're heading down to Timaru in a couple of hours. So we actually left Auckland at about 6 in the morning. We were up at 3:30 in the morning. So yeah, we might have bags under eyes, but yeah, let's go do some toy shopping. And here we go. We're in Dead Video. The store is in Lyttleton, which is just outside of Christchurch, so very close if you're in the city. And look, if you haven't been, look, I've got to recommend. Look, first thing you do is when you come in, shelves of manga, shelves of PlayStation games, of Xbox games, straight into a shelf of horror movies. Day of the Dead's right there. Psycho Complete Collection. We're about to see Shogun Assassin, Dawn of the Dead Special Edition. This store is a little bit of an onion. You've got to reach into all the layers, but you know everything is really well curated in the store. So it's a treasure trove. It's stacked absolutely high with the things I love. Alright, we are deep into shopping. I've done a little videoing of the store. Do I know what I'm going to get? I do not know, but I did find one of my favourite horrors of all time, Prom Night 2, Hello Mary Lou, for a very cheap price on DVD. Do I need it on DVD? I do not. Do I need this beautiful cover to go on my shelf? Probably. So we'll see. This might be a first purchase of the day. Now, with our visit, probably the only regret of the visit is the frontman for Dead Video, Evan, wasn't available. If you have subbed to them on Instagram, you know how cool Evan is. He loves this stuff. He's a fine purveyor. This is a great curated store, and you know he's kind of the heart and soul of it. Apologies, there was a staff member there on Friday who was very knowledgeable. And sorry if you're watching this video, I can't remember catching your name. But yeah, I wish Evan had been there. But look, maybe I'll get another chance. As I said, my family live down in Timaru, so we always fly into Christchurch in order to get down to Timaru. So hopefully we'll get another chance to do this again. Look, DVDs. This is part of the rental section. Where can you find a rental section anymore in New Zealand? Dead Video is the answer. We have second purchase I'm going to pick up. I think this is a little steal. This is a little 1994 Trendmasters rubber, and I believe it's Rodan, but I'm never quite sure. So yeah, going to pick up this little beauty. Nice little kaiju. See how it goes. I'm not sure what else we'll get, but yeah, second purchase, I reckon. Okay, this is the back room of the store. So the store is made up of 2 rooms, again, filled to the brim. Look, we've got a good selection of 70s and 80s toys there, Star Wars, and look, we're going to see something very cool, Visionaries. Visionaries were holographic figures. They had holograms on them. I mean, kids, do you remember when holograms were cool? But great little selection here. Look at those. Look at that Godzilla. Look at that Kong. Um, Look, there's He-Man. One cool toy. These toys are called Otherworld toys. You see a 2-headed dragon and whatever that phoenix is. I'm going to have to go back to Evan and see if I can mail order those. So yeah, one thing, reach out to Dead Video. They do mail order. They do have on their website. They do have some items for sale. But I'm pretty sure, they put stuff on their Instagram and Facebook all the time. So yeah, reach out to them to pick up some really interesting pieces. I mean, look at those laser discs. Shawshank Redemption, the killer graveyard shift on laser disc. How cool is that? And a second, look what they got playing in store. They got Monkey, the Tale of the Irrepressible Monkey, one of my favorites from a kid. Look, Star Wars trilogy on video there, and any second we're about to pass a poster for one of my most favorite movies, Hellraiser.
Here are my purchases. So I'm getting this little pineapple cat car. I just thought it was really cute, and this pin for my overgrowing collection.
Right, and here we go, again in the back room. Look, trading cards galore. These are kind of cool because these are some of the trading cards I remember from when I first started getting into comics and toys back into the 90s. I mean, does anyone remember Galactic Empires as a TCG? We're about to see a very cool statue here in a second. Got that Frankenstein zombie is very cool. And that's Dr. Channard from Hellraiser 2. Look, Laser Strike, TARDIS, Doctor Who. Look, Judge Dredd, graphic novels, all sorts of bits and pieces in this back room. So yeah, again, like head there. This is really well curated, and there's just so much stuff. Look, even a paperback section. Lord of the Rings, because of course we're in New Zealand, you can't go to a toy store without having some kind of Lord of the Rings section. That's an absolute must. So look, winding down the video now in the last few sections of the store. So look, if you're in Christchurch, make the drive out to Lyttleton. If you're not, jump on the Instagram. I'm going to post up all their details in a sec. And look, you can check out the notes for this video. You've got to support stores like this, stores like this and Little Adams and Retro Space. If you want to see places with retro toys, go in and just, you have to give them your dollars. It's so worth it to have these places around. They keep in. And so, look, here we go. Sub to them on Instagram. Find their Facebook. It was a pleasure. Hopefully, I'll get back to there again. Hopefully, maybe even I can touch base with Evan one day. All right, that's Story Circle Toys. Look, we'll catch you video next week. Like, comment, and subscribe.